What's up? This is Eric Roberson, and this is my 24/7 HH King bars from my song $1 Million. I got homies with money that ain't happy. I got happy homies that ain't got a dime. You might have a piece of land and a big piece of gold, but you're broke if you don't have peace of mind. Now time don't wait for nobody. You better use the time that you got. Start looking in the mirror and love who you are. Stop chasing everybody that you're not. Hey, that line really for me was a lot from just being a songwriter, being in the industry for a long time and being an independent artist that I could release on the music I could do. Anything I wanted to do, I could really release it. I got plenty of friends who got songs on the charts and have had big hits that they got to sing the rest of their lives and you don't like the songs. You know, the labels have kind of been in control of whatever they're able to do, and it's tough to have success and not be happy with your success. For me, it was never really about how much money I could make. It was like how good I could feel from the song. I'll be happy singing this song for the rest of my life because it's my story. It's where I came from. For me, that was my own personal testimony. I remember I used to look through like GQ magazine, wishing I could have certain outfits, or look through Right On magazine or The Source and just be envious almost through the whole time reading it, the whole time looking at pictures like, man, I wish I could have that. I wish I could have this. At the end of the day, you're really not going to get it if you look at it that way. I mean, it might can strengthen your hustle, but at the end of the day, there's other ways to strengthen your hustle. For me, it was to work harder and be appreciative of what you had first and foremost so that you know how to handle yourself when you do start getting other things as well. So, you know, for when I was younger, man, I was always a kid who was always looking at other stuff and really chasing after stuff that wasn't mine. So my goal was more work harder to make it mine. Don't need $1 million to be happy. Don't get me wrong, I'll be happy with $1 million. But for now, I'm happy with the money I have, going half with my baby on the bills. I don't need a Range Rover to be happy, but if I had one, it'd be on 22s. Let me hit you with a line that my grandpappy said: you drive the car don't drive you. You on a diet, you cutting out the sugar. I'm on a diet cutting negativity. I'm also cutting out them girls I follow on Instagram. That ain't Bible, but baby, that ought to be. See, I really want my family to be happy. Always working, never home, that ain't cool. I'm gonna get some of this money, then I'm heading home, cause in the morning I'm taking my kids to school. Listen, the second verse, I said, you on a diet, cutting out that sugar. Well, I'm on a diet, cutting negativity. And at the same time, I'm on a perception diet. And I've been on a perception diet for quite some time. Anything that is going to affect how I perceive life, I get it out the way. Because I look at how thankful are the opportunities I have. I've been in this business since 19. I'm 43 years old now. I take care of my family, able to keep other people employed. We're doing great. And at any point, sure, it could be better, but, you know, I feel I'm blessed. And I try to make sure I see that and remember that everywhere I go. I'm cutting out negativity. I'm also cutting out them girls I follow on Instagram. That ain't Bible, but baby, that ought to be. Yeah, that's just simple, man. You know, you can waste a lot of time on wishful thinking. And at the same time, you know, I'm married with 3 kids. Ain't but so many big butts I'm supposed to be looking at all through the day. You know, look, I'm married, but I ain't blind. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate art. But how much you appreciate it, you got it to a limit. You know what I mean? So shout out to Instagram, Facebook, all those other social medias. The more I focus on my wife, realize how banging and bad she is, how much I really enjoy, and how amazing she is. She gave me 3 amazing kids. She's incredible, you know. And there should be more time invested in her than time invested on social media. There's always going to be something to look at. There's always going to be something to laugh at. There'll always be something to gawk after. But at the same time, man, you got to make sure that you take a minute to laugh and gawk after what you got in your own house, you know. I really want my family to be happy. Always working, never home. That ain't cool. I'm going to get some of this money, then I'm headed home because in the morning I'm taking my kids to school. And really that happened after I had my second son. I was having traveler's guilt. You know, we used to be on tour all the time. We just leave, you know, just be gone forever. And once I started having kids, it was really tough. So I remember I was talking with different musicians and artists that I really respected and was asking them how they were doing it, how they were touring with families back at home. And a brother named Stokely from a group called Mint Condition told me, he said, man, you better get on that Parenthood tour. And he said, man, they go out every Thursday night. He said he back by Sunday night. He taking his kids to school Monday morning. And from that very point, I flew home the next day. I pulled the staff together. I said, from this point on, we're not booking no shows on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. The goal is to make sure every Friday, Saturday, Sunday throughout the whole year we book, we're making money for the family. But for the most part, I'm home Monday morning cooking scrambled eggs and pancakes for the kids before they go to school. I got 3 kids, man, Rock, Ryder, and Max, 6 years old, 5 years old, and 1 year old. And for me, it just doesn't make sense to stay on the road all the time, man. My kids need me at the home. I really not just pride myself on being a singer, songwriter, or artist. I pride myself on being a father. I pride myself on being a husband. I just didn't want to be that artist who had mad albums, but at the end of the day, missed my kids' first step, missed soccer practice, all that other stuff like that. Now, once they get a little bit older and start having activities on the weekend, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. But for right now, it's the parenthood to it. So we're gonna get some of this money, then we headed home because in the morning I'm taking my kids to school. I mastered cooking pancakes in the morning, man. With Bisquick and everything. I don't need no super duper stuff. I throw all the stuff in one hand that will hold my little 1-year-old. My kids love the pancakes, and that's the goal. So, we might be rock stars on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm doing my best trying to be home and take care of these little guys and show them the right way to be. I don't need $1 million to be happy. Don't get me wrong, I'll be happy with $1 million. But for now, I'm happy with the money I have, going half with my baby on the bills. I don't need a Range Rover to be happy, but if I have one, it will be powder blue. Let me hit you with a line that my grandpappy said: you drive the car don't drive you. So man, the breakdown $1 million, most of it is just looking for yourself to be happy. Find what it is to, cure you. A lot of times we think that a lot of money or a big house or a fly car is what's going to really bring you peace in mind. And truth be told, I've had the fortunate opportunity to have that, lose that, have it again, and I realized that that's not the true answer. So sure, I would take a Range Rover. I would love it. Sure, I'll take $1 million. It'd be great because I think I'm in the right peace of mind in my life to really handle it now, but I don't need it. It's not what's going to necessarily make me happy. I got friends with big houses, friends with 5 cars down the driveway, and they're not at peace. And I got friends right now who sitting home with their 5-year-old and they got a regular 9 to 5 and in a decent apartment, and they are very, very content and peaceful in their lives. Sure, they want more money. Sure, they want to be able to take care of the kids with fine things, buy them Jordans all the time. But at the end of the day, it's all about finding where you are inside and finding your own personal peace. So I got homies with money, they ain't happy. I got happy homies that ain't got a dime. That's real talk, Guys who got plaques all over the wall and many, many hits, but they're not even satisfied with the music they're doing. They're not happy at the end of the day. A lot of it is we have to get out of the way of ourselves so that we can enjoy what we have. And at the end of the day, are you doing right by others? Are you leaving the door open for others to get in? Can you sleep good at night? That's one of my main rules, is just be able to sleep good at night. Make sure I'm doing right by my people in my circle. Make sure I'm taking care of my family. So start looking in the mirror and love who you are. Stop chasing everybody that you're not, because that ain't going to lead to nothing. You can sit here and watch old videos of MTV Cribs and wish you could have that, but them people, there's no guarantee those people are happier than you are. So at the end, they start working on who you are and start building up your internal mansion. So that was a verse from my song $1 Million off my album Earth. It was produced by an amazing brother named Daniel Crawford from LA. The dope thing about this album, really, as well as this song, was I recorded the whole album for the most part to just a click track. We didn't do any music to it first. I did all the songs first, and then I sent it off to Daniel, and then he would create this huge orchestration around all the songs I was writing. It kind of freed up the directions. I could pretty much write whatever I wanted, and then we would figure out what kind of music would go next to it. Sometimes I might hum out a bass line or do like a beatbox or whatever, but Daniel always kind of brought it to another level, man. So that's the main thing. What we're doing right now is we're releasing an album called Earth that came out in April. Wind comes out in July, which is a love album, and then we put out an album called Fire, which is like my what's going on political attack album. So Earth, Wind, and Fire is the albums.